Alright, today everybody we're going to swap out some of these transport band frame assemblies. I've got some pre-welded ones out here. They got the supports going down the sides, both of them. We got to switch them out because over here on lane 18, you probably can't see it in the light, but right up in there in that, right at the bend of the metal frame, you can see where it takes a 90-degree angle right there. Well, along the seam of that bend, this is starting to get a hairline crack in it, a fracture. So we're going to pop it out. We're going to replace it with ones that I've already reinforced, and that way I can take this one and hopefully salvage it before it just totally destroys itself. It's going to be quite an extraction process here. Alright, first step I got to do, I got to take off my pin deflector boards off the left and right side. I also got to remove the one over here on this other side that is, let me get to this one right here. I'm hitting with the light. That one's got to come off. I got to take this one off right here, as well as the one on the other side. We're going to extract them so we can get everything out. There's different ways. They tell you at the school you can remove the elevator off the back. I don't like doing that. It seems to be a lot of extra work to me to haul that thing around and get it all actually lined back up and leveled on the shark and everything. First thing I got my 13mm ratchet, and we're just going to go to town here and take these deflectors off. I always like to take my bolts if I can and secure them back into something, just so, because all the work I'm going to do, I don't want to kick them around and have them go up under a machine. I got to spend time on my belly looking for them. Go ahead and get this guard out of the way. I haven't got a size 15mm wrench, so I'm going to go ahead and just extract it using a regular pair of channel locks. Just going to break it free, lift it up. I may have said it in the past, maybe I haven't, but my bolts that I put on that black belt, or the transport band assembly, the belts that run it, I've actually tack welded them on the other side, because my associates most times they'll break them loose, take the guard off, fix whatever they're doing, put it back on, and they don't tighten them back down. The bolts end up falling off, the guard falls off, the bolts get kicked around. So I just tack welded mine on the inside. They always stay there. They're never going to come out. Unless you grind it down, then you could remove them if you need to for some reason. I take this side off on this lane because I need a runway for most of the parts, like the transport band and the roller assembly, to all come out this side. Alright, I moved you over. I got to go ahead and get these belts. I got to get these transport band belts, these black belts, out of my way. So we're going to go ahead and pop them off real quick. Putting the palm of my thumb right here against the wheel, using my fingers to pull the line over. As I pull it over, I keep my fingers out of the way of the wheel, reach past, grab the green round belt, pull it towards myself, belt's off. Go ahead and take the green one partially off and just hang it on the machine in the back. Same thing with this side, but I'm going to put the wheel on the palm of this hand, on my thumb here. I'm going to pull sideways with my fingers like this. I wonder if it'd be better if I got right over top and showed you that, just in case. Alright, hopefully I got you in a good position here. Cross my fingers. So I'm going to put the palm of my thumb here, pull across. I'm pulling this way on the black belt. That's going to rotate that. It's going to drop you as soon as I do it. I got to switch you to the other side. Alright, let's try it again. So I'm going to pull this way, my fingers, grab the green round belt, pull it to myself. Black belt comes right off. Alright, now we got that off, I need to go ahead and extract, we're going to take off these 17mm nuts right here, these locking nuts for this tension spring. We're going to do it on both sides here. Got the other one right here in the center of the image. That one's coming off. And then we're going to extract the whole roller out. Just going to break it free. Once you got loose enough, you can pull back with your hand on this roller, this direction, and then you can just free spin it off the rest of the way. You don't have to sit there and ratchet the whole thing. Should be able to lift the wheel up a little, bring your all thread up and out. Do the other side. Here's a note, watch that your wrenches, sometimes wrenches are wider, they're actually made wider. Watch you don't throw your wider head on your back one, and you're actually stopping your front one because the wrench is so wide it covers part of the nut that you're trying to remove, and you sit there trying to fight yourself, and it's you holding the nut, not allowing it to spin. So just make sure if you have a wider wrench that you probably want to put your thinner one on the back side. Alright, so now it's time to take this roller out. I'm going to show you on this side. This can be done by one person, but it's kind of hard to do it. I'm going to go ahead and tip this all thread forward so that whenever I pull it, it's going to go under this mat. It's actually laying right about flush with it, or it's about an inch below it right now, just to let you see. I'm going to pull it straight through. I'm going to just have to finagle it a bit and bring it out the other side. Lift up on this all thread right here. Yeah. Voila, a little better lighting. Alright, so I'm going to lift up on this all thread and I'm going to bring it out this way. Alright, my other all thread flipped and rolled back. I'm going to go ahead and tuck it back under the mat and come back to this side and just pull it. Alright. Sorry if I'm in your way. Trying not to be. Now the all thread made all the way this side. As it comes out, I'm going to tip it up and make sure that I don't bust my all thread up as I'm bringing it out and ruin it. Alright. There we go. Now it's time to get the front roller out. So I got my plastic on this side, the ball door. Lift this side out first. I put my head against here as I position it and pull it up. I got to bring this side out first and run it through. So it's angled out the back side towards the 10-pin side of the elevator. As I said, it's angling out. This is the 10-pin side. It's angling out this way. Pull it out. Jump in here. Bring my roller straight on out. Now that the roller's out, I got to go ahead and extract those bolts holding in the T-band board. You can see all 4 of them. They're in the dead center of the image. Got to do the same thing on the opposite side. Extract those out, and then we're going to pull these boards out. I'm going to go ahead and pause it for a minute. Go ahead and take those out. That should be pretty basic. And then we'll go through some more steps. It may be basic, as I said, but in case you didn't know, in case it's the first video you've seen, it is a 6mm Allen head is what I'm using. That's a 6mm. I'm just putting this in the end of my drill. Some of the ones you're able to extract pretty easily. You got room by the wall if you got a small enough drill to take them out. Other ones you're going to need, you can use a ratchet or a wrench. See if I can go up in there one deeper. Just doing this, trying to save a little time. I don't think I can move might be able to pull my impact strip back far enough to get that other one in. But I'm going to go ahead and take those out with the drill. And then there's some tricky ones on the other side by the ball door. Sorry, over there by the ball door. That you'd have to probably use a ratchet and maybe some universal extension joints. Alright, as I was saying, on this side by the ball door, you got a lot more like plastic sticking out here, molding, and you're not going to get your drill close enough. I wouldn't recommend using a drill. If you put it in the hole sideways and you end up chewing or wallowing out the hole, you're going to create a bigger problem for yourself. So I'd suggest go ahead and get you a ratchet at this point. Extract all these with a ratchet. So as you can see, I got the ratchet. It's going to get in here a lot tighter. You just back it out. So for my second one here, there's a bolt right here that is right by the ball door, and these flaps are in the way. Right by the ball door there. I'm going to put it in the center of the image and point to it. That's it. Best way I found to get that one, or to give you the most swing with your arms, go ahead and push your ball door button. Open your ball door up. Hold it open, and then you can reach through the ball door itself and handle all the issues on that one bolt right there. Alright, so now we've made our way to the inside. It's probably getting a little bit of overexposure there off that bolt. This is our front one on the 7-pin side. Alright, now we're down to the last tricky one. It's right up in here. You see it right there in the light. What I usually do, take you probably about a 2-inch extension, put you a universal joint on the end of it. Go ahead and I clip my, this is all one-handed. There we go. Clip it on the end of that so you can get it down in there. And then I'm going to rest the head of my ratchet. I can get it together. I can rest the head of the ratchet in that gully right there. You can see there's an actual trough to set your ratchet in. So, sorry, it's probably not the best lighting down in there. So I've got the Allen wrench head down in it, set well. And I'm using the divot here to rock my ratchet head back and forth in. While I'm keeping downward pressure, I'm pressing down. Make sure it doesn't strip that screw head out, that bolt. It's about the hardest part on all this. I've tried it different ways. I've tried it with the universal joint up top and the longer shaft down bottom. It just doesn't seem to work as well. It puts me at more of an angle where I run a bigger risk of stripping that bolt head out. Try and get all the parts, even the washer from the bottom. Come on. Got it. Okay. Got all the bolts out. Now it's time to pull some boards. Alright, got you set up this way because I want you to see some of the back and forth work I have to do to be able to get this board out by myself as a single person here. I got to work it. I'm going to be working one side and both because you can't shift the board all the way out because the angle of it hits against the wall. So I'm just going to ease it out both ways, and eventually it'll be out far enough that I can extract it out one side. Now that I got it out right by the very edge, I got the edge of this board where it won't hit this side frame here. So I'm going to stand it up like a book, stand it up on its edge, and I'll pull the top up and out, pull it out to the left side of your screen. push down with my hand on the bottom of the board and roll it up. Catching on the other side. There it is. Alright. So now I got it standing up on its edge. I'm going to just lift this end up in the air. Once I had it standing up, I just lift it up a little. Start extracting out the side. There's my rear board. Got to go through the same steps with the front board. Yes, this is a little faster with two people. One person can still do it though, and you can send others off to do their own tasks. Try and divide and conquer into different sections of your centers, especially if you got to do more repairs all the time like we do. Alright, so that's the transport band boards out. Now we got to get our T-band itself out of here. T-band's going to be its own little great experience. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to reach over the top. I'm going to pull up in the center of the band to try and get off of both the rollers. Alright, so I know it's going to be kind of tight to see here, but I'll see if I can get in there and tell you as much as I can. I'm going to go back over top of the impact strip, so I'm coming over the top. I'm going to kind of lift up that rubber mat. Just to show you here in the back, now that the back rollers are out, I can lift this up, I can put my feet, and I'm getting actually back here in the back. See if I can just bring you with me. Okay, so you can see that inside here I got the T-band. I'm just going to grab this belt. Sorry about all this. I'm just going to grab this belt right in the middle here. Got my hand. Ugh. I'm going to grab the belt in the middle and I'm just going to pull up, creating like a point right here. And as I create the point, sorry, hey, I just found a tool. Awesome. Or at least a bit. So I'm pulling up in the middle. And it pops it off of both of these centering rollers right here. Hope you're in the right position to see that. Now I'm just going to fold the mat in half over itself. And I'm going to pull it out from the sides where I've taken off both the T-band belts. Look everybody, found a drill bit, or a Phillips bit, flathead. Sometimes it's beneficial to get back here, do some work. Well, just you can see there's been a lot of past shredding on the belt. I gotta clean all that up. I'm gonna vacuum all this out, clean all this mess up. See if we can see this hairline crack. Not sure if you can see it, but I can see it's going right along this edge here. Sorry about the light. See if I can dim it a little. Yeah, I'll light the edge here. But it does go, there's a crack. Actually, it's starting right about here, and it goes on down. See if I can show you from underneath. Maybe you'll be able to see it. There, yeah. See that black line? I'll put it right in the center of the image. So we caught it just in time, so it's not totally destroyed, and I can still repair it using a welder. So it was a good catch. But at least now we can switch it out with a reinforced one. Okay, so it's time for some cleaning. I'll shut you down for that. Alright, so as you can see, all the cleaning's done. I just did some vacuuming. Sorry. Look through the beaded curtain. I did some vacuuming around here just to clean up my area I got to work in. Now it's time to go ahead and extract this side piece, this side frame. So it's we're lucky this is the easy side. You're gonna need two 17mm wrenches or a ratchet, whichever you prefer. I've got a ratcheting wrench here as well. Get some better light. So you can see I got a bolt right down here in the center, the nut, lock nut, nylon lock nut, and I've got the bolt on the inside here to go ahead and extract. Get my positions right. As I said, this is the easiest side. Alright, now I've got to get through and I got to do the back one. How I'm going to do the back one is going to be a little different. Alright, it's going to be hard to see, but deep inside there I try to put it right in the center of the image. That's the bolt head that I've got to extract. Let me see if I can get a little better light for pinpoint. Alright, so now I've got some better light in here, but I'll use my flashlight to try and pinpoint that one right there in the center of the light. I'm going to move it away, but that's the one I got to extract, that bolt right there. Alright. And on the inside it comes in here, and it goes, I can get some of these. It's going to be hard to see here. Sorry, I had to get you into a different position here. You can see it right there beside that centering roller. That's the nylon lock nut that's got to come off. Alright, so while I got this is the other bolt and nut that I took out. While I got it out here, I'm going to take a pair of vice grips and I'm going to adjust it to be the right size. So that seems like it's it. So I know what I need to use whenever I go back on this other side, because I haven't got a long enough arm to do this. But now that I've got them set, I'm going to come up inside here, lock this down.
There we go. So now that I've got that bolt there with the vice grips, since I can't be in two places at the same time, I'm going to go ahead and clamp this onto here. Probably tighten it up a little bit more. And what that's for is, once I start wrenching from the inside, it shouldn't come off. Well, crap. Break this free. Sorry, it's been a while since I've done this. It's all coming back to me now. I forgot, this side has the ball door. It's the other side that's difficult. Okay, so this side, since it's got the ball door, I can put my wrench on here. Sorry. Get it on. There we go. And ball door being here, I'm going to pop it open with the switch, stick my arm through, and I'm able to reach the bolt on the other side with my ratchet. So this side does not need the vice grips. I usually use the vice grips on the opposite side. I was wondering why it seemed a little off. Alright, so let's see here. See, I can get, sorry, it's going to be a strobe. There's the brightest light. Okay. Let's adjust you down some. You can still see my arm in the picture where I'm going through the ball door. Take my wrench, my ratcheting wrench, make sure I'm in the right direction. Yeah. Go in. Some arm is on the inside of the ball door. Cranking down. Counterclockwise on the inside. Gonna have to do some editing on this video, I guess. There we go. Alright. It's free. Sorry about the worst lighting in the land up here in this hole in the wall. Let's get you out of here. Alright, now we've got it separated from the sides, from the actual subway, the ball return. We'll just bring it out. Sure, it's kind of hard to see. There, you can see it. See that black line in the image? That's an actual crack, a hairline crack going down that frame. So I can spread it any. Yeah. Can't spread it, but it is starting to form. So it's a good thing we caught it. It's very small. Really excellent time to repair it and reinforce it and support it.